Now we're going to talk with a couple of women who've actually gone through the Next Gen IT program, starting out as junior resources. And first, we have Kristi Hill. She's a tech lead for Tekletics who has worked for multiple clients along the way. Kristi, you there?
Hi, Doug. I'm here. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for coming on and joining us.
Yeah, thank you for
Um,
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how long have you been with the Next Gen IT program and Techletics, and what were you doing prior to that?
I have been doing this program for a year and 5 months. And before that, when I was applying for jobs, I was in my last semester of school. I just had one class left, and I had spent about a good 6 months of my whole last semester just applying for jobs and pretty much getting no replies back. And then I just happened across Tekletics on Indeed.
And how was the application process? Tell us about kind of the everything you went through when you applied, the first contact, interviews, or onboarding. Kind of give us a feel of what you went through.
I wrote a special cover letter just for this job, which I was not doing as much, but I felt something in my bones. So I wrote a cover letter. I was contacted within a week from Dan Jones, and we talked about what the job would be, that I would be training, what it would be like with my schooling, because I did have a little bit of software and database development. So he told me about the opportunities to grow and how I would be more likely to exceed with those advancements that I had had. And then we began training within a month later, and we had our 2 week training at ASU. And then it took about 3 weeks after that for us to actually get all of our permissions done. So we had just basically 3 more weeks of training that was completely paid for as we did like sample tests. We would just make fake databases and just test out things while we were just waiting for the customer to come back to us with what we needed.
Got it. And now you worked with what we've been calling subject matter experts or project lead or mentors. How were they in your experience working with them?
They were great. So we started off with two, and now we have one because our team has gotten smaller as we've expanded on. But they were the most helpful. We had daily meetings where we could discuss if we had any issues. They were always there to help us. They were always letting us know that we didn't have to figure it out on our own. It was encouraged, but they were here to help us. We were set up in a position that we always had somebody to be there for us.
Gotcha. Now, what are you doing now? And what role do they have you in?
I've currently been transitioned to the team lead. So I am doing daily meetings with our more higher ups in Techletics, and then I have a meeting with the client directly. A lot of organizing, speaking one-on-one with the customers, directing tasks between our employees.
Got it. So it sounds like you have a lot of communication with the customers, the clients, the end client, not just the team and your team lead. How much communication do you have with the client?
Initially, when we were beginning our project, when we were starting to import all the data, it was mostly through our team lead only. But as our team transitioned to a much smaller team, all of us are in contact with the client. We talk to the client. I'll message them good morning every day. I'll talk to two of them. We'll have a weekly meeting just to make sure we're all on the same page. As we got smaller and the system was built up to where they needed it to be, we talk to them all the time.
Got it. Now, what are the daily meetings like? I mean, are you just once a day in the morning? It's at 8 a.m. or what's that like?
We're all in different time zones. So for me, it's at 11 in the afternoon, but I believe most people are in Arizona. So, it fluctuates even with daylight savings, but it can be between 8 to 12, depending on your time zone. And we'll start off with, how are you? Go into updates for the week. If it's a Monday, we'll discuss if anybody's off for the week just to communicate so we know if somebody won't be there for the week. We'll go over failed jobs. If something had failed, we need to assign someone to work on it. Then we'll go through each person individually, ask any updates, anything you're stuck on. And then finally, we'll just say one more time, does anyone need anything while we're all here?
Got it. So the opportunity to learn and get help and be mentored is just every day, ongoing.
Every morning, yeah, every morning. Do you have a problem? Because we can see if you have a problem.
Yeah. So what is the last question I have for you? What's been your favorite thing or the best experience that you've had within the Next Gen IT program?
Um, Probably have to say the mentors. I feel like I have been set up where I feel comfortable to fail, and I know I will never fail because this program is set up as we have our senior devs to always back us. But I felt like I constantly make mistakes, and Casey even said to me today, he's like, "If you don't feel dumb, you're not learning." And I was like, "Yeah, like I need to be testing myself," and it's right. I felt like I had the ability to really learn. I had the ability to fail, learn, and I'm not wasting somebody's time because I'm always have somebody backing me up.